Hey guys, I've been kind of doing like a little bit of research about this, and just because like I kind of got curious, I mentioned this in I mentioned this in my Black Ops 3 Possible DLC video, but I have the entire list of Call of Duty games and like their sales numbers, so I'm gonna start like in order of when they got released. Every year there seems to be a Call of Duty game, except when they first came out, because the first one came out in 2003 and the next one came out in 2005. But ever since then, they came out like released every single year. So, is there going to be one for 2017? There is speculation. It was linked. I haven't even uploaded the video, but I have links. So, these are the numbers are as of November 2013. They are probably a lot higher by now. I used Wikipedia. So, in 2003, Call of Duty, the first Call of Duty was released. And as of November 2013, it has sold 4.5 million copies. Call of Duty 2 was released in 2005, and it has sold, again, as of November 2013, 5.9 million copies. Call of Duty 3 was released in 2006, and it has sold 7.2 million copies as of 2013. 2007 Modern Warfare came out. It was a top-selling game in 2007, 7 million copies by 2008, 16 million copies by November 2013. World at War was released in 2008. Call of Duty World at War was second best-selling game for November 2008. I almost said 2018. Cold medicine. 2008 in the United States, selling over 1.41 million units. The Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions were the second and ninth best-selling game as of best-selling game of December 2008 in the United States, selling in excess of 1.33 million and 533,000 copies, respectively. Yeah. Bad with big numbers. The Xbox 360 version was the sixth best-selling game of 2008, selling in excess of 2.7 million copies. The Wii version ranked as 19th best-selling game and 7th best-selling Wii game of December 2008 in the United States. It received particular interest in the United Kingdom, where it doubled the amount of first-week sales compared to Modern Warfare on the PS3 and Xbox 360. It also became the third fastest-selling video game in the UK behind Grand Theft Auto 4 and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. As of November 2013, the game has sold 15.7 million copies. And this is like, as of April 2015, the Call of Duty series has sold over 175 million copies of games, like as a series, as of April 2015. Now, obviously, that's before Infinite Warfare came out. That's before Modern Warfare Remastered. I tried looking up the sale numbers for Modern Warfare Remastered, but they are not out yet. Obviously, that's going to make all this skyrocket. So again, as that number, the 175 million copies, that's of 2015. Before, that's when Black Ops 3 came out, but that's before Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered came out. So obviously that number is a little bit higher, but how much, I do not know. I will try to find an updated version of all these numbers and put it as a video part 2. Okay, the next one that came out in 2009 was Modern Warfare 2. According to preliminary sales figures from Activision, Modern Warfare 2 sold approximately 4.7 million units in the United States and the UK combined in the first 24 hours of its release. The total revenue from first day sales in the US and the UK was $310 million, making Modern Warfare 2 the biggest entertainment launch in history at the time, surpassing its revenue of its predecessor, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, as well as items from other media types. After 5 days of sales, the game had earned revenue figures of $550 million worldwide. As of January 18, 2010, it has taken over $1 billion in sales. Activision also claims that Modern Warfare 2 had 8 million players online within the first 5 days, constituting the largest army of players in the world. On March 8, 2010, Robert Bowling announced that the game had amassed 25 million unique players. In June 2010, Activision CFO, I think they mean CEO, I don't know, Thomas Tipple, revealed that the game had sold 20 million copies. In August 2011, Activision Publishing CEO Eric Hirshberg revealed that the game had sold 22 million copies. A month later, in September, Modern Warfare 3 producer Mark Rubin said that the game's sales are between 28 and 29 million. In November 2013, IGN put the game's sales at 22.7 million. So obviously between September 2011 and November 2013, it dropped because they said in September 2011 that it was between 28 and 29 million, and as of November 2013 it was at 22.7 million. So obviously it dropped from September 2011 to November 2013. According to the NPD Group, Modern Warfare 2 sold approximately 4.2 million units for the Xbox 360 and 1.87 million units for the PlayStation 3 in the US during the month of November 2009. I can't remember when this came out, but it came out in 2009. So, in Japan, Modern Warfare 2 sold 64,000 copies for the PlayStation 3 and 42,000 copies for the Xbox 360 in its first week of sales. The game later sold 117,000 copies on the PlayStation 3 and 61,000 on the Xbox 360. Anita Fraser of the NPD Group reported in March 2010 that the game had sold slightly under 10 million copies in the US alone. The game is the second best-selling game of all time in both the UK and the US. But according to those numbers, it doesn't really say that, doesn't really back that statement up because it didn't really sell that much. In 2010, Black Ops 1 was released. Within 24 hours of going on sale, the game had sold more than 5.6 million copies, 4.2 million in the US and 1.4 million in the UK, breaking the record set by its predecessor, Modern Warfare 2, by some 2.3 million copies. After 6 weeks on release, Activision reported that Black Ops had exceeded 1 billion in sales. On August 3, 2011, Activision confirmed that the game had sold over 25 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling games of all time in the US, UK, and Europe. A sequel, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, was released on November 13, 2012. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was released on November 6, 2015 as a sequel to Black Ops 2. Within 24 hours of its release, Black Ops had sold a combined total of 5.6 million units in the US and UK market, surpassing that of Modern Warfare 2 and established a new record for largest entertainment launch. Compared to the much-anticipated opening of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, the game earned more than twice as much as the film, earning $360 million. Only 5 days after its release, sales from the game worldwide reached $650 million, surpassing the previous record achieved by Modern Warfare 2, which earned $550 million in 5 days. By November 22nd, the game remained the best-selling title in the United Kingdom, despite sales dropping by 85%. Some estimates had placed sales of the game reaching 18 million units sold, earning a revenue of $818 million. This would fall about 2 million copies and 182 million short of Modern Warfare 2. By December 22nd, worldwide revenue of Black Ops exceeded 1 billion, even though it just said that after 6 weeks it exceeded 1 billion. But I think that's in the US and this is in the UK. Sales remained strong months after the game's release, remaining in the top seller list in February 2011. On March 3rd, 2011, the news magazine The Hollywood Reporter also reported on the best-selling video game ever. It announced that Call of Duty Black Ops was the best-selling game ever in the United States of America. Black Ops was the best-selling game of all time in the UK until Grand Theft Auto 5 overtook it in November 2014. By November 2013, the game had sold 26.2 million copies. 2011, Modern Warfare 3 came out. This one's a long one. This one's like 2 pages. Upon its release, Modern Warfare 3 received generally positive reviews from critics. The game was also a commercial success. Within 24 hours of going on sale, this game sold 6.5 million copies in the US and UK alone and grossed over 400 million, making it the biggest entertainment launch of all time until it was surpassed by Call of Duty Black Ops 2 in November 2012. Activision said that it believes Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Day 1 shipments were the largest for any game ever. The record number of pre-orders for Modern Warfare 3 drove the largest one-day shipments in our history and the industry's history, said Activision Publishing CEO Eric Hirshberg during an earnings call on November 8th, 2011. Hirshberg said more than 1.5 million people kegged at 13,000 shops at midnight on Monday to buy Modern Warfare 3, making it the largest release in Activision's history and the industry's history. Oh god. Activision reported sales figures for Modern Warfare 3 in the US and UK being more than 6.5 million copies sold on launch day and grossed 400 million in the US and UK alone in its first 24 hours, making it the biggest entertainment launch of all time. It is the third year in a row that Call of Duty. It is the third year in a row that the Call of Duty series has broken the same record. 2010's Black Ops grossed 360 million. On day 1 in 2009, Modern Warfare 2 brought 310 million, and Activision Blizzard president and CEO Robert Kotick stated that the launch of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is the biggest entertainment launch of all time in any medium, and we Activision achieved this record with sales from only 2 territories. The title grossed more than 775 million globally in its first 5 days of availability, exceeding the 650 million set by Call of Duty Black Ops, the 550 million achieved by Modern Warfare 2. To be exact, it has beaten theatrical box office, book, and video game sales records for 5 days worldwide sell-through in dollars. Modern Warfare 3 went on to gross $1 billion throughout the world in 16 days of availability, beating Avatar's record of 19 days, according to Activision. According to NPD Group, Modern Warfare 3 was November's biggest selling game of the month in the US. Modern Warfare 3 sales surpassed first month sales of 2010's Black Ops by 7%, and sales for November sit around the 9 million unit mark. In November 2013, IGN confirmed that Modern Warfare 3 sold 28.5 million copies, becoming the highest selling game in the current Call of Duty series. Now on to the UK sales. Modern Warfare 3 topped the UK video game sales chart in its first week, becoming the biggest video game launch in history by revenue. By November 21st, 2011, the game remained the best-selling title in the United Kingdom, despite sales dropping 85%. Modern Warfare 3 held the top spot in the UK charts for 4 weeks running. It was replaced by The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim in its 5th week on the market. The PlayStation 3 version of Modern Warfare 3 also topped the Japanese charts in its first week on sale, shifting 180,372 copies, while the Xbox 360's version sold around 30,000. 2012, Black Ops 2. I know this is like kind of like long and boring, but like it's just interesting on like how things played out. Within 24 hours of going on sale, the game grossed over 5 million, and it had remained the largest entertainment launch of all time until September 2013, when Take-Two announced that Grand Theft Auto 5 had grossed 800 million in its first day of release. It went on to sell 7.5 million copies in the US in November 2012, making it the highest grossing game of the month. Activision reported sales figures for Black Ops 2 in the US for more than 7.5 million copies sold on launch day and grossed over 5 million. in the US alone in its first 24 hours, making it the biggest entertainment launch of all time until Grand Theft Auto 5. It is the 4th year in a row that the Call of Duty series has broken the same record. Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty, Black Ops, and Modern Warfare 2. Black Ops went to gross $1 billion in the first 15 days of availability, beating Modern Warfare 3's record on the first 16 days. On November 5th, 2013, IGN confirmed that the game had sold 24.2 million copies, making it the 3rd highest selling game in the series behind Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3. Now this is where it gets interesting. Like, notice how it was slowly dropping. Despite shipping $1 billion worth of units to retail channels within 24 hours of the game's launch, this is 2013's Ghost, by the way, overall sales were down compared to 2012's Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Activision blamed the fall in demand on uncertainty caused by the upcoming transition to the 8th generation consoles. So February 2014, the game has sold over 19 million copies. Like, they're blaming it. Like, I just want to pause right there. I have 2 more. I just want to, I find it funny that they're blaming their shitty sales of Ghost on switching over to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, when in reality it's the game. Like, I've played the game. It's stupid. Like, I honestly think it's stupid. Like, the only good thing is, like, the aliens, that's, like, Extinction or whatever. Like, that's even, like, mediocre. Like, that's, like, where it dropped drastically, because it only sold 19 million copies compared to, like, the 2.9 million, 24.2 million, and 29 point whatever million, 19 million, as of 2014. Like, the other games hit and surpassed that within the first year of being released, you know, within the first few months of being released, you know what I mean? Okay, on to the last 3. These ones are like 2014's Advanced Warfare. It was reported in November 2014 that the U.S. retail sales of Advanced Warfare were 27% down on Call of Duty's Ghost. Despite the decline, Advanced Warfare was still a top-selling game at the U.S. retail for 2014. That's all the numbers they gave me. Like, I guess, by what I heard, Advanced Warfare is better than Ghost, but yet it was still down compared to their sales. But it didn't say how much it sold. So, I don't know. 2005's Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 sold they put this in quotation, so significantly better than Advanced Warfare and Ghost, the 2 previous video game titles in the Call of Duty franchise, with Black Ops 3 making more than $550 million in sales during its first 3 days of release, when the other games made that within the first 24 hours of it being released. Just saying. In the United Kingdom, Black Ops 3 beat Halo 5 Guardians to become the top-selling game in November. November 2015, Black Ops 3 was the top best-selling game according to NPD's figures. Black Ops 3 later became the top-selling game of 2015. According to Activision, Black Ops 3 was one of the best-selling games released for the 8th generation of video game consoles. That is the financial performance is significantly better than its predecessor, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. But it made $550 million in the first 3 days, when some of the other games made that in the first 24 hours. But Black Ops 3 is it did better than the last Advanced Warfare and Ghost. But it's still sales fall in comparison to the other ones that when they first released. And then now we're on to 2016's Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare sold 1.8 million copies in its first week. One of the other ones sold. Let's go back. Modern Warfare 2 sold 4.7 million in its first 24 hours. Just saying. And this only sold 1.8 in its first week. And and becoming the top-selling title on the UK sales chart, but not the US. However, overall sales were down 50% compared to 2015's Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Activision was reported to be expecting sales to be down due to the fact that Infinite Warfare was going to be a new sub-series, and that Black Ops name carried brand weight with it. And that's all they have, because it just came out. Honestly, I've heard this before, and looking at the numbers, like, there's a reason behind me, like, doing all this and listening to me fucking drivel on. Because I heard in one of the videos that I was watching for, like, the possible DLC for Black Ops 3, that, you know, the Call of Duty series has kind of gone to shit. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do the research just to put some facts behind it, because, like, I'm a science, like, I like science, I like proving facts, when I do something. Like, you, at any point, like, you can go on Wikipedia, I will put the link down below. You can go back and you can even look for yourself that the numbers have gone down a lot. Most of the numbers are, like, for the older ones, are as of 2013, but I will try to find and do a part 2, less droning on, of, like, the updated numbers. Like, it has gone down, because Call of Duty and Ghosts, you know, they, like, the numbers are not the same as they were for modern, like, they started going down for, like, as of Modern Warfare 3, like, that's when they all started to, like, decline. I mean, Black Ops 1 and 2 did okay, but not compared to, like, the first, like, 6 games or whatever. Because they're just, like, people are getting tired of, like, the zombies. They're getting tired of, like, the same old shit. And, like I said in the possible DLC video, like, they should do, like, instead of doing new DLC for Black Ops 3, because Black Ops 3, the numbers are already good. They should redo Ghost. They should do DLC for Ghost. They should do DLC for, like, the games that haven't done so well, just to see if they can bring up the sales. Like, do something with Ghost. Do something with I've never played Advanced Warfare, so I have no opinion on that. I've played Black Ops 3. I've played Black Ops 1 and 2. I played some Ghosts. I played a little bit of the Modern Warfares, just the multiplayer. I played Infinite Warfare. I have a video on it, and I have other videos that I gotta film on it. It's just that, like, redo, instead of adding to a game that's already sold, you know, pretty decent, why don't you go back to the games that haven't sold that much and kind of, like, revamp them a little bit. Like, they did Modern Warfare Remastered. Obviously, that's gonna bring in some more money. They, like, added some new features to that. Why don't you do Ghost Remastered or Advanced Warfare Remastered? Kind of, like, boost up the sales of them, because those sales are, like, down a lot. I want to see, like, what Infinite Warfare has to offer. I mean, in a couple of days, like, literally, like, 2 days, because it's the 20th, 29th, 30th, 31st, like, 3 days, the first DLC pack comes out. I'm excited to see where Infinite Warfare goes. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with the possible DLC for, like, the speculated DLC for Black Ops 3. I'm excited to see what Call of Duty game they're coming out with in 2017, if they are coming out with one, because there is speculation that there's, like, a Call of Duty 2017, but there's, like, no really, I haven't heard much on it. What else? I want, like, I think that they should do, like, an extinction map, but, like, take it with, like, I said this in the possible DLC video, that they should take like the extinction aliens and like the aliens that they have in zombies in Infinity Warfare for what's it, zombies and space aliens, because like those aliens are what they think, like the aliens in the alien in Infinity Warfare is like what everybody thinks aliens look like big head, big eyes, greenish gray, and then they have like the aliens in Extinction. I think that they should put those kind of together and make an all aliens map. Where like they should like, you know how like they have, I know I've been saying like a lot, where they have the dogs every like 5 rounds or whatever, or in Infinity Warfare they have clowns. Ugh, they need to get rid of those clowns. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I'm fucking terrified of clowns. Like, I hate that round. Every time that round comes around, I'm like having like a secret, like itching my leg. I have like a freaking like anxiety attack. Like, it's horrible. They should do it like where every 5 rounds or whatever they should have zombies, or a zombies map where every 5 rounds they have aliens come out. Maybe like a spiders map, like where like spiders are involved somehow. No, I'm terrified of spiders. Something like, people are getting tired, and I know like I speak for like very few people, but I know there's people out there that are getting tired of zombies. Like, they really are. You can only do so much with zombies. Change up like the multiplayer, change up like deathmatch, change like something, like go back and see like go back on Ghost and see where people are playing the most. If they're playing more online, like more deathmatch and all whatever, change up like Extinction, change up wherever they're not playing as much, or just remaster it completely like you did with Modern Warfare, and like change it around, add new perks, add new like whatever, like do something, like get your sales back up, because their sales were phenomenal in the first couple of games, and then they just went, like, I don't know, that's just my opinion. If I were like a game developer, I would like, it just seems like instead of putting one out every single year, do what you did with like the first 2 games, like put one out in 2003 and then put one out in 2005. Like, those were like the first, like those were like the top selling games, like the first 2 ones, because they waited. They didn't, they're sitting there just bashing one out every single year, and they're just getting shittier and shittier and shittier. Like, instead of rushing to put them out, why don't you like take the time and like actually do good on them? That's just my opinion. Like, hate on it all you want. I don't really give a shit. But like, a lot of people can agree with me. Instead of just belting out games every single year, why don't you like take the time and develop it, and like not just rush it just because people want it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like do it every 2 years or something, or like just take your time on it instead of like rushing to get it out. That's just my opinion. So I'm gonna be done rambling because I need to blow my nose. So until next time, bye guys.